We're here today to talk about a really exciting topic, right, Dipali? It's like something
Yes,
we
it's
find
very exciting.
so much joy in. Special time
Yes.
and play listening.
Ye-
So while we're waiting for people to join us, hi, Mama's little kakus. Mama to Little Miss Kakus.
I well.
Little Miss Kaku yourself. So, just to quickly introduce us to the rest of you, my name is Megha Mawandia. I'm the founder of Trioke. I'm a parenting instructor by Hand in Hand Parenting, a mental health practitioner by Narrative Practices. And Dipali here is
Hi.
a parenting instructor who's been working with two schools of thought, which always do match with each other as we've debated to end, right? The How to Talk series as well as the Hand in Hand Parenting series. And in all my time that I have known Dipali, I have always found her stories of play to be so absolutely fascinating because for her it just seems so easy. And for everyone I have done this conversation with, or taught, or tried with, it isn't, me included. So thank you, Dipali. Thank you for taking your time out with us. I also want everyone to know that we have a fantastic webinar coming up on Saturday. Do sign up for it. If you look at the link in Trioke, you will see the link to uh, get an invite into the webinar, and that's going to be led by Dipali, and it is going to be a deep dive into these topics. So, without much further ado, Dipali, tell
Yes.
me, why is connection important?
So, Megha, thank you very much, first of all, for inviting me today. And I just want to tell our viewers that I am always so inspired by Megha because ever since I've known her, there is this amazing, amazing passion to help parents and to also always look at what children need, make sure they get it. So, Megha, I have always known you to make sure children get what they need. So, let's just start by talking about connection. Yeah, as
Yeah.
you know, as parents of little children or teenagers or middle schoolers, we kind of cater to their timetables and their classes and their food and their sleep. This is all prerequisite for a child, as is play.
Yeah.
Connection, what's that? Yeah, connection
Yeah.
is a child feels somebody understands me, somebody gets me, and somebody, even when I express myself in a way which is not necessarily adult approved, somebody will understand. That's a connection
Oh,
that
I
a parent.
love that. Not adult approved. Wow. We get into this constant expectations, right? Of children being adult approved, saying thank you, saying sorry, being prim and proper. And oh, I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I love it when you say that.
the beauty of it all is that children know how to show what they need. If only we saw. Yeah, so we need to change the lens. We need to change the lens to enter a child's world and to get them.
Hmm.
So, what better way to enter a child's world than to let them lead it? I mean,
Yeah.
really, like drop those agendas out of the door and enter their world, and they'll show you what they need. So, we're going to talk about this amazing tool which Hand in Hand Parenting has created. It's called Special Time. It's basically
Yeah.
that magic tool, let me call it that. Yeah, it is a
Hmm.
magic
Hmm.
which makes sure that your child gets that vitamin C every day. C for connection.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
with all the zinc and the iron and the calcium, let's go for connection.
Yeah, vitamin C for connection. Yeah, I definitely need my dose of that. So, Dipali, tell me, and all the work that you've done, we've talked about special time and playlisting. We have some reels coming up. We have some articles up on the Trio page about it. But can we look at some stories of transformation? Like, what has it made possible in families when they have actually put connection front and center, along with the needs of sleep and food and everything else, where connection isn't an afterthought, it is part and process of the basic needs in parenting. What does it look like?
I'll share some beautiful stories, Megha. There is this parent working with, had a middle schooler, a 10-year-old, and he was extremely up to online schooling in the pandemic, in the lockdown. And he would just run away from the room where the online schooling was on. And his mom used the word focus a lot. Please focus. And he was done with focusing, right? So what he suggested and what we decided to do was to start with special time before school, even if it was 10 minutes. So the mom got a chance to let her son tell her what he wanted to do. Yeah, and we will deep special time, but it essentially means doing what your child wants you to do and enjoying them.
Child-led
So
play.
they did that before online school. Son, oops.
I think we're losing you a little bit. Is this better now?
Yes, it's great. So the mom of a son that, you know what? Tell me all the things which were not subject matter and which were funny in school today. Right? Yeah. So focus on the funny things and don't focus on the and just tell me what you have to submit at the end. And this child's entire focus was on the fun. And he came back with so many stories. He would earnestly listen.
Finally, he spoke, right? He spoke about what's happening in school.
Yeah. He said, Mom was trying to tell a joke. And instead of him, he said her and ha ha ha, like that. And after school, the mom and the child played a game which we kind of created in our heads, which was called You Better Focus and Hit That Pillow with That Ball. And every time he would miss it, the mom would kind of go funny, crazy, and say, you did not focus. And the child
Oh my God. I'm just loving what you're saying, because I hear this desire for focus from parents all the time, because there's all this pressure in school, right? And there's all this performance that needs to be done, and it all feels like it's going to come from focus. But the moment we bring connection into it, we see focus is there. It's always there. You're just not seeing it from the right lens. So I actually like to look at connection as you have a vision, and the vision is not going right. And you go to an ophthalmologist and you get glasses, or you get a cataract surgery, or you get the right lens, and the world comes into focus. Absolutely. Right? So that's such a beautiful story. I just want to check, because we have a lovely lot of people who managed to join us live. If anyone has any questions for you or me for this webinar coming up on Saturday, if anyone has any questions about special time or play listening, and we'll wait for them to write that. But while they are writing, we can definitely look at another story that you might want to share. Okay, there's a question. There's an extra pressure to focus today because the parents have entered the child's classroom and the adult is focusing too much. Yes, Lavina. So I have one parent, I have to say this. She has been getting so much anxiety every time when she hears her son in the classroom. And she's been talking to me about it. And the most important advice I could give her was get your son headphones and get yourself noise cancelling headphones so you don't have to listen to it. He is independent. He is telling mom, stay away. We're getting too involved into those worlds, right? Because we're getting involved because this is becoming much more important to us than it is to them. And how do we switch that? How do we make it important for them? Play, special time, right? Because then we're making it real for them. We're making it relevant, like you did with that child who was now looking for funny moments. Now school was looking relevant.
Yes.
Instead of looking boring. Yeah.
I just want to say that a lot of times parents they make it about themselves, like you rightly said, and we take everything our child does as a reflection of us. uh, it's important, if we want to help them, that we look at them separately from us, literally,
Yeah,
physically step back 2 steps and look at it from a little larger point of view, and
absolutely.
and always remember what's going on in your head is going to make you act that way. So if the thought that's occurring in a parent's head is, oh, my child isn't answering, it turns into a crisis. The parent can think, oh, you know what, we're going to figure this out,
Yeah.
and you react very differently with your child. Check the
Yes,
narrative,
yes, because it's no
parents.
longer about us. Yeah, totally.
What?
Absolutely agree.
Yeah, we have to make it kind to ourselves and our child. That's the only
Mm,
way. Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah,
it
share.
is.
I can share
For
another.
just a quick for those who've joined us, we're talking about connection and we're looking at connection through special time and play listening as a precursor to our webinar on Saturdays. Let's go, Dipali. You have another example for us.
Sure. So you know what? Play listening. Play listening is about, let me call it, turning around a no with laughter. I mean, no to anything. A parent
I
can
love
turn.
that.
So basically, you have to be ready to act clownish, goofish, and talk rubbish. Yeah. And you're set for
Yeah.
play. So I was working with this father of a son who
Mm,
was 3 years old, and he
mm,
child was getting aggressive a lot, and nothing
mm,
helped. On discussing further, we understood that they are a family, they are a big joint family, and they have a lot of
mm,
children, and this boy is the
mm,
youngest in the lot,
mm.
and is constantly being told what to do, how to do, and he can't do so many things that the others can do so easily, like cycle around or swim
Absolutely.
or jump or play or type. Yeah, and he's constantly
Mm,
trying to catch up. So
mm.
the play listening that we initiated, the father, every night he plays a game of catch, like tag, with his dad,
Hmm.
and all
Hmm.
over the house and up and down the stairs they go, and
Yeah.
the can barely manage to catch up. And that, and this boy is squealing with laughter because his dad can't catch up. Now it's the dad
Yeah.
who can't catch up, and he can run.
Yeah.
And I'll
What
tell
a
you one,
boost to his confidence, right?
one amazing thing, Mega. After a few days, this child decided to put on a Superman costume while playing that game.
Wow. Wow.
What does this say about the child?
Yeah. What does it say about just the simple act of just shifting power, right? I've always looked at play listening about giving the power to laughter and connection, and special time about giving the power to the child, because that breaks so many things and makes so many things possible for everyone around us, right? I want to add a story to this, and it's this play listening story of this mother who came to me. She was in one of my courses, and I had just taught them play listening, and she said, "But Megha, I have to take my daughter to the doctor for her vaccination. Right now, everybody's getting vaccinations, right? But that time, only children were getting their vaccinations. And she said, my daughter's petrified of going to the doctor. It's so bad that she sees the building and she doesn't want to get out of the car. She doesn't want to go up. And it's terrible. And I feel so drained every time before and after. Can you help me with that? And I said, sure, why don't we do some play listening? So I gave her some games to use around playing with the powerlessness of being injected, where she became the doctor and she was running around giving injection, and mom was running away and hiding behind the sofa and saying, no, I don't want the injection, I don't want. And they kept role reversing. 3 days. 3 days of this game is all they played. And then the mom calls me really excited, and I was a little nervous because 3 days is not enough time, right? But she called me and she was like, it was like nothing happened. She went up happily. She was chatting with the doctor. She got her injection. She came back down. And I'm almost feeling, was this my dream? And that's what became possible, the removal of the powerlessness, the removal of the fear, all through playing this role reversal game of a doctor, where the mother, instead of using it as a teaching moment to say, oh, see, it's not hurting, that's actually powerlessness when we negate children's stories, right? And play becomes such a beautiful way for us to flip that and shine on children's stories without it becoming bad or dirty or wrong or weak. Worst of all, weak. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's an exciting story. And anyone else who's joined would like to share with us a question or a thought that they have about these special tools, please do so. Dipali and I are here for another 5 minutes to share whatever you all would like to. Dipali, would you like to share another story on these connection tools?
Okay, so this
Maybe
is
one from your own household.
oh, sure. A story comes to mind. Oh, this afternoon. Okay, now this was
Ah,
like random. So my son
yeah,
was had a ruler in his hand, a scale, and he
yeah.
was just next to me, and it just happened to
Hmm.
hit in my armpit, and I
Right.
started, what was that? Yeah. And
Yeah.
he was ha 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 laughing, and we went on for 20 minutes with just, what was that? Oh, I hope that scale doesn't appear from anywhere. And I'm reading my book.
Ah.
It kept coming, and I kept like
Oh,
shocked, and he kept coming after
yeah.
me. And every 2 minutes, he would come and hug me, and again start.
Hmm.
The power of laughter and the parent
Yeah.
being powerless and shocked just kind of makes it so strong for a child, like that feeling of connection. he
Hmm.
kept he kept
Hmm.
hugging me, and again starting with that, um,
Hmm.
and there was no purpose. We didn't have to achieve anything out of this. It was just a simple game of connection,
Yeah.
which was so
But that's
like,
exactly how simple connection is, right? It's through this. And then what we achieve is a lifetime of connection because you were available to play in the afternoon. Maybe he was feeling a little disconnected, feeling a little low, wanting to reach out, and you allowed him. You took the invitation.
I'll tell you what I was busy with. My eldest son was making some timetable on Excel, and he kept asking me how to kind of, make it printer, how to make it proper for the printer. And I was focused on that,
Yeah,
and I was feeling left out. So he comes with this
yeah,
scale, and we connect. So,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I could have saying, hey, what are you doing? Kind of, and that would have just kind of not helped. But we chose connection, and we chose.
Absolutely.
So that's how children actually reach out. I mean, it's just something to kind of watch for.
Yeah,
They're not going to say,
absolutely.
Mom, I need connection, like they say, I need food.
Yeah. Do we
Yeah,
tell our spouses, I need attention? No, we don't. We show it by banging the doors. We show it by getting angry. And children show it by inviting us to play, right?
the
And
human
isn't
need.
that a beautiful way? Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, Dipali. It's been such a pleasure to do this live with you. And thank you all who were tuned in to join us. And we're looking forward to have more of you join us on Saturday at the webinar because we're so excited to not only talk about more stories on connection, but also teach you how you can use this in your family with your children and how it's not just something you do on an afternoon, but it has a ripple effect and what connection can make possible for you. I also want to acknowledge that this is the first time Dipali has agreed to do a live. So you all are special people who got to enjoy her beautiful stories. Kamalpreet has a question or statement. So all the attention-seeking behavior that children show is basically an invitation for connection. Dipali, you want to address that?
Absolutely, absolutely right. It is an invitation for connection. Children are telling us, just drop that agenda and come play with me. Come understand come understand what my world looks like and what I need. I'm ready to show you. All you have to do is come. So attention is exactly that. It's connection seeking. Yes, absolutely right.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's change attention seeking to connection seeking, because again, that's just bringing focus into what we need to do as opposed to what the society has been telling us we should, because we've been boxing children up into these little worlds. I find it very difficult when people talk about their fancy tables, dining tables for their children, like separate dining tables, separate this, separate that. It's like children are supposed to grow up in this miniature world, and when they interact with the adult world, they need to come as mini adults, right? And that's not what connection is about. Connection is about, I enter your world and you enter my world as who you are at your
Right.
level.
And I just want to
I
say
keep
that
looking out. Sorry, just quickly if I finish. I keep looking out for people who greet children by getting on their knees, because that's when you know you've met someone who's a connection seeker, right? Instead of standing up and saying, "Oh, hello," just get down on your knees and say hi.
how beautiful.
You were saying something, Dipali.
I was saying, even as parents, we don't want to just spend all our days and nights just telling them what to do and what not to do. We want to enjoy, these little humans who are full of joy, who know how to be in the present, right? So I think special time and play listening will also help us parents drop our seriousness, which we seem to carry with us, and have those moments and memories with our children. So it's as much for us as it's for them, really.
It is, and I have to add to this story. There was this woman who was in one of my workshops, and she was doing special time for her son, and she came back to me, and I said, "How did the special time go?" She had stories to share about it, and then she said, "My father-in-law had been watching me do this, and then came to me and asked, 'Can you give me special time?'" Like,
Wow. Wow.
wow, like it was so inviting that he went and asked his daughter-in-law for that special time. And I just thought that made so many things possible, and that broke so many of these single stories that we hear about of patriarchal families and all of that, where and she started giving her father-in-law special time. Yeah. He passed away recently because of COVID, but I'm sure that's something that she has to remember him with. He was part of special time. We'll never stop. We will continue this on Saturday. I hope more of you can join us. And here's Dipali and me signing off. See you
Thank you.
guys.
Bye. See you on Saturday.
See you on Saturday.